Devotees Never, an essential subject from Vinaypedia Yudhishthira was always conscious of the great plight of his uncle Dhtara and Ngndhr, and therefore he took all possible care of them in their old age and aggrieved conditions. When, therefore, he could not find his uncle and aunt in the palace, naturally his doubts arose, and he conjectured that they had gone down to the water of the Ganges. He thought himself ungrateful because when the Pandavas were fatherless, Dhtara had given them all royal facilities to live, and in return he had killed all Dhtara's sons in the battle of Kurukshetra. As a pious man, Yudhishthira took into account all his unavoidable misdeeds, and he never thought of the misdeeds of his uncle and company. Dhtara had suffered the effects of his own misdeeds by the will of the Lord, but Yudhishthira was thinking only of his own unavoidable misdeeds. That is the nature of a good man and devotee of the Lord. A devotee never finds fault with others, but tries to find his own and thus rectify them as far as possible. Srila Prabhupada's books, lectures, conversations and letters offer a comprehensive presentation of this essential subject as seen in the Vinayakotsa Devotee Never category. An introduction from his books is given below in the following 8 quotes. Quotes from Srila Prabhupada's books. A devotee is never fearful of his death, for he meditates on the Supreme Personality of Godhead always, not for any material profit, but as his duty. The Lord, however, knows how to protect his devotee. Armad Bh Gavatam 9.4. 48. A devotee never considers Lord and Arya to be on the same platform with Lord Brahm and Lord Eva. The Madsiriya Sampradaya and Nuya Sampradaya are mainly worshippers of Lord Armakandra, although the Arvaivas are supposed to be worshippers of Lord Arya and Lakam, and the Tatvavdas are supposed to be worshippers of Lord Krishna. At present, in most of the monasteries belonging to the Mdva Sampradaya, Lord Armakandra is worshipped. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya LL 9.11. A devotee of Krishna is never in a miserable condition, nor does he have any desire other than to serve Krishna. He is experienced and advanced. He feels the transcendental bliss of love of Krishna and always engages in his service in full perfection. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya LL 24.182. Our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was considered the guide and spiritual master of all the devotees living with him. Damodarapaita was one of them, and the Lord rendered Damodarapaita a special favor by warning him to avoid criticizing him any further. A devotee or a disciple should never attempt to criticize the Lord or his representative, the spiritual master. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya LL 12.25. A devotee who is a most confidential servant of the Lord never does anything for his personal account, but does everything for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. It is clearly stated, therefore, Mai Sanyasta Karma. The devotee works, but he works for the Supreme. Armad Bh Gavatam 3.29. 33. A devotee should learn how to tolerate all such awkward positions in this world. Devotees are often tortured by non-devotees, yet the pure devotee, depending fully on the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is never disturbed by such inimical activities. Armad Bh Gavatam 9.4. 47. Driven by material lust, they worship demigods, but a devotee never does so, for he is never driven by material lust. That is the difference between a devotee's respect for Lord Eva and an asura's respect for him. The asura worships Lord Eva, takes some benediction from him, misuses the benediction, and ultimately is killed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who awards him liberation. Armad Bh Gavatam 4.24. 30. A pure devotee is never deviated from the service of the Lord, despite all difficulties and impediments offered by the illusory energy. Generally men who have wealth and opulence are famous, but Bali Maharya became famous for all time by being deprived of all his possessions. This is the special mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead toward his devotees. Armad Bh Gavatam 8.21. 28.